Naked and Afraid XL Season 10 Episode 4 Review. After watching this episode, I can't say that I'm surprised in the direction that things are heading in. But for this review, I will be sharing my thoughts on the remaining survivalists, and I'll share my thoughts on the teams, starting with the strongest to the weakest. So without any further delay, let's jump right in. For Episode 4, the strongest team was clearly the newly formed team of Kayla, Shell, and Mallory. That's right, good people. The episode starts with Kayla migrating to Shell and Mallory's camp, and it didn't take long for Kayla to get acquainted with her new teammates. I'm sure that with Kayla spending the first leg of the challenge alone, she was happy to have some sort of company now. And it didn't take long for Kayla to make an impact on her new team. While she was exploring the camp area, she stumbles across some fruit, and she gets enough to share it with the rest of the team. Kayla also catches another caiman, which gives Shell and Mallory a substantial source of protein to eat for the next few days. I think it's safe to say that Kayla's arrival to the team has all but ensured that these ladies will make it to the end of the challenge, unless there's some sort of medical issue to force them to tap. If I had any criticism about this team, it would be the whole women empowerment vibe, because in my opinion, some of the tap outs that have happened during the course of the season weren't the fault of the survivalists, and it doesn't make them any less of a survivalist because they couldn't complete the challenge. The team that's in the middle of the pack is Team Nathan, Tara, and Lindsay. And truth be told, this team as well as the team of Heather and Adam both had their share of misfortunes, but this team had fewer issues to deal with. During this episode, Nathan, Tara, and Lindsay try their best to hunt for food, but they're unsuccessful. Tara no longer has the stitches in the hand, but when Tara tries to use the bow and arrow to hunt, the previous injury is still slowing Tara down. We see Nathan and Lindsay set up traps to catch small animals, but the traps fail to score any food. And because the group was having a string of bad luck, I believe that it created added negativity to the group dynamics, particularly with Nathan. In this episode, Nathan makes the suggestion that they try to search the immediate area for some source of food, and when they do, Nathan finds berries for his teammates to eat, but Tara and Lindsay are ungrateful and complain that they can't survive off of berries. Also during this time, Lindsay gets attacked by a poisonous caterpillar, and in my opinion, she may have blamed Nathan for that because, in her mind, she might not have been stung if she didn't go on the adventure to find food. And lastly, Tara and Lindsay had a huge issue with Nathan wanting to chop firewood because in their mind, the activity was unnecessary use of calories that the group would need to migrate to the next camp. But in Nathan's mind, he wouldn't be much use to the group if he didn't get much sleep, and in order to do that, he needed to set up a better fire at night. This is an example of conflict that wouldn't have mattered if the group was getting something to eat on a regular basis. But the group successfully migrates to the next camp, and they build another shelter before Tara has another injury. So by the end of the episode, things aren't really looking good for Lindsay, Tara, and Nathan as a team. I think Nathan has the best chance to make it to the end of the challenge because he uses his handicap to focus on what matters the most to him, which is making it to the end. I think that Lindsay is a strong survivalist, but mentally, she might not be as dedicated as Nathan is to seeing things to the end. I think that Tara is a wild card due to all the injuries that Tara has during the challenge, as well as the times that Tara had to stop while walking long distances. If anybody taps from this group, my money is on Tara. And lastly, we have Heather and Adam. The big reveal for the episode is that Adam and Heather have been eating fish that were infested with parasites, and that causes both of them to get sick. But Adam appears to be even more sick. If you couple both of these survivalists having parasites with their inability to catch any alternative source of food, things aren't looking good for the both of them. If I was in their shoes, I would gladly tap out medically or on general principle, but I'm not a seasoned survivalist like they are. They decide to call a medic, and the medic gives them medication for the parasites. So by the end of the episode, both Heather and Adam are working behind the 8 ball, and even if they were cleared to finish the challenge, it might take them several days to get back to normal, which in my opinion makes their chances of finishing the challenge very slim. But in the world of Naked and Afraid, anything is possible. But this marks the end of the review. If you have any comments, then feel free to leave them below in the comment section, and I'll be sure to reply to everybody. Until next time, stay tuned and stay safe. Peace.